Oh my god. Dude, craziness. Buddy, come on. Yo, jump. Dude, you gotta get down. So good. Ugh. You gotta be kidding me. So before we start talking about this little guy, going through the pros and the cons, I made a little launch video over the past like month I've been using it. Yeah, pretty cool, showing off all the capabilities. Let's roll it. Yeah, pretty sweet video. Now that you saw that, let's go over the pros and the cons. We'll start with the pros. Alright, so probably the most obvious, and whatever. Alright, so we got our first pro, horizon leveling / stabilization, blah blah blah. Jumble it all together, you get the floating nugget. Floating nugget, what it does, it just stays perfectly straight. If you're turning, you can turn 360 degrees, like on a roller coaster, if you're going pretty crazy. But yeah, I think it's just useful for when like surfing or mountain biking and you're turning, and then you have the camera mounted and it stays perfectly straight. It really emphasizes that turn. Very cool. I like to call it the floating nugget. It's like it's just floating in midair, and then whatever it's attached to is just kind of orbiting around that, and then yeah. So But yeah, probably one of the biggest pros of the Max Lens mod. And yeah, let's get to another pro, POV. So POV would be like a mouth mount. That's what I use for POV. It'd be like surfing, or just use it for whatever you want. Pretty cool. But now with the Max Lens mod, I think it's 155, almost 180 degrees. Pretty crazy. So you get like super immersive POV. Definitely be my go-to for anything I need to capture with the mouth mount. Like skiing, just going down the hill and you want to... Pretty great. So we're talking about all this good stuff. I mean, there's got to be cons, right? And let me put this down. One of the biggest cons for me would definitely be water droplets. This drives me crazy, and it's not a big deal if you don't if you're not going in the water and not surfing or whatever. Maybe wakeboarding, tubing, all that, but yeah, water droplets. For whatever reason, it is so hard to keep the water droplets off of the lens. I don't know what it is. It's probably because it's rounded or whatever. So yeah, if you have any tips for that, feel free to let me know. Let's go to another pro. So another pro, waterproof, pretty nice. So you can go surfing with it. I think it's like 5 meters or something, so not super deep, but definitely very useful for water activities. And then Max Time Warp. I haven't really tested this one out, but it's like super stabilized time warp or time lapse. You get that wider field of view, you get the stabilization, and it makes for an overall better time warp. So yeah, that's all the pros. Check. And then low light. All the stabilization, probably the wide field of view and everything. It's not very good at like low light, sunset, or like past sunset. I was taking it surfing, and then once the sun went down and it got all dark, it was not working. It was all shaky. It looked like old GoPro or whatever. So would not recommend for low light unless you have it on a gimbal or doing something really casual. And yeah, last con would be that it only goes up to 2.7K at 60 frames per second. You're not going to get the 5K or the 4K that you get with the Hero 9 and the Hero 8, but for what it does, I think you barely tell the difference. Overall, definitely one of my favorite GoPro accessories. I hope you guys enjoyed that little review on the Max Lens mod. Highly recommend it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys next week for another banger. Peace out. Gonna have to put some duct tape on that. My.